Hi, this presentation will cover the negotiation between the six stars of the hit TV show Friends and the producers of NBC. My name is Tiera Thomas, speaking as the creator and narrator of this presentation. Let's get started. Starting out at $22,500 per episode, Friends was a nice gig for the six of the cast members. It was not until the show was reaching over 20 million views, 24.7 million to be exact, in a week that it was at the all-time high. At that time, that was live broadcasting. Nothing was a rerun yet. Their salaries were still up for discussion due to the network only having 4 scripts left for the series. And as their valued time they spent working on the show, anything less than $700,000 per show was underpaid. So they all had a decision to make. They could have individually discussed their salary, or they could join together to request an equal amount of pay between the six of them to make it easier for NBC and themselves. Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, and Matthew Perry were all in for $1 million per episode, especially Matt LeBlanc, who was at the time the lowest paid character in the show. Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer, however, were the it couple of the show, making their initial salaries higher than the other actors. Agreeing to join forces meant that Schwimmer and Aniston would have to agree to pay cuts for the sake of the team. The cast joining together meant their interests were the same. They all wanted to be equal, as it was important since there was not one specific character in the show. They knew that the show was obviously going to be over soon and wanted to make sure that the time that they put into the show would not leave them broke after the show ended. Separating the people from the problem is just being able to not get emotions involved, or more so, how to act upon those emotions. The problem did not have to do with the money. It was the fact that they were in the position to get what they requested. When people would ask them if they were worth it, or for them to hear that the co-creator said it was a ridiculous request, shuts them out. It just goes to show that not everyone is working for both parties, and that some people are really just being selfish. This being a show that is more than likely to make more money every time it aired made it possible for there to be a mutual benefit. The cast gets to make their amount of money, as well as the network making their share and getting the best out of their talent. The status of the show during this negotiation gave the actors leverage, so if they left, there would be no show, which meant no money for either parties, which also means a big loss. However, if they stayed, they would be set for life with a new salary negotiation, as well as NBC having the ending that they wanted and being able to market off of that rather than an ending that was last minute and unexpected. Game theory in this situation was being able to decide what the best outcome of the situation could be as opposed to the worst. Each party had two options, and it was either yes or no. Weighing their odds against each other and with each other gave them the best answer to the agreement, and it definitely helped them come to a better conclusion than what could have caused the ending of a very good series. Schwimmer and Kudrow were a bit indecisive because they could not fathom the thought of possibly losing their career if things went bad for more money. Once they realized their advantage, they decided to go for more money. The good thing about this negotiation is the actors realized their worth. They came together and stood up for what they wanted. New deals from agents, sponsors, and advertisers meant that their worth was improving, meaning their price could go up. The negotiation worked out for everyone because if one received a raise, they all received one. And a proper ending was the closure that the show needed, and the extra 2 years definitely helped with that. The cons, however, were that the salary negotiations had been going on for almost 2 years. For NBC, the pay increase of one actor meant that they had to increase everyone's pay, so they weren't as high in profit anymore. This also meant that NBC had to do their best to satisfy all needs of every character because if one left, they all did. The emotions of the negotiation made it very easy for people to haggle the actors until they would come to an agreement. I do believe that their relationships will remain the same as they grew a bond with each other, as you can see in these photos that are so fabulous. Even if the producers and the actors would get into their disputes or fallouts, they worked together for a long amount of time and spent a lot of time together. They became their characters and still managed to be their own. I show the seniority of the family definitely fosters a meaningful relationship, even if they never work together again. They all have a level of respect for each other, and that's all that there needs to be. Here are my references, and thank you.